how to have more fulfilling and healthy locks. Now I want to talk about this just because of the fact that one of y'all in my last video had asked me to make a video on my locks, my tips, my pros and cons and stuff like that. So let's get to it. All right, so I've been having my locks for about 3 years now. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a lot of videos and pictures because some of them were on my old phone and I kind of broke my old phone, but that's a different story. But most people have this misconception that I have like free forms, but bro, I literally just tie up my hair at the top and then just spray it like that. But it's not actually bundled together naturally. I just tie it up like this and then call it a day. I've been growing on my hair, my locks, for about 3 years now, and I literally have not gotten my hair cut in like what, 2 years, because maybe like I used to start out with like a drop fade, right? Like I only started with locks on the top. Like this is why my locks on the top are way longer than the ones that are on the bottom. But then I kind of realized, I'm like, bro, what's the point of just continuously cutting off the bottom all the time when it's just gonna grow back? And I don't know, I kind of just like gained this mindset of like, bro, the drop fade is looking kind of weird. And so I just decided like, fuck it, let me just grow out the whole head. So essentially, like, the way I like to describe my hair is kind of weird, right? So the top, before I quit getting drop fades, the top is the traditional locks, and then on the bottom, I like to consider the bottom like the part that I started to grow out my drop fade part is essentially like my freeforms, like the freeform parts. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, because people be thinking that I have like full-on freeforms because of the fact that I don't get retwists often. And first of all, you shouldn't even be getting retwists often, because you have to understand, like, when you get your retwist, like, let's say every 2 weeks, or not even, okay, that's way too often, but like, let's say every 1 week, you're essentially gonna, because I have actually experienced this, like, the more you retwist, the more often you retwist your roots, like right here, like the more often you do it, the more it's actually gonna start to thin out and eventually just like become so thin until it just becomes like a thread, like a tiny little thread, until you just snap it off. And you also have to keep in mind that I literally do my own hair. Like, I'm literally my own loctician. I do my own retwist. And to be honest, bro, I'm gonna let you know this right now. Like, the longer your hair gets, the longer and more like time consuming it will take to actually do and retwist your hair. Like, that's the thing I don't like, and that's why I want to have somebody start doing my hair for me, bro, because it's like the longer your hair gets, the more it will actually take to finish doing your own retwist. Now, I like to do my own hair because the fact that, one, I don't want nobody to put no chemicals in my hair whatsoever, because people are not even understanding. Like, I use coconut oil for my retwist. Like, people are not even understanding that you can literally use coconut oil for your retwist gel and it will literally work just as fine, if not even better, because of the fact that it's not no chemicals within the retwist gel. See, this is why I feel like most individuals have some crazy astronomical buildup on their roots, because of the fact that, one, they're always using chemicals like retwist for their hair, and hence, like, you're not even understanding, you're damaging your hair. You know what I'm saying? You should not be using no chemicals on your hair. Like, that's what I would understand first. And second, because of the fact that they just don't take care of their hair. They don't wash it frequently, and they don't wash it when it's time to be washed. Because me personally, I always used to use like chemical like retwist gels for my hair, and I would always notice the absurd crazy buildup in my hair. And I was always like trying to look for a good, healthy, organic, natural retwist gel, but I can never find it. And I came to realize, like, bro, why can't you just use coconut oil? So now I use coconut oil for my retwist, and it's so simple and easy, and it gets my hair looking amazing and great. Now, to be honest with y'all, I don't even know when the next time I'm finna give myself a retwist is, but I'm so tired of giving myself a retwist, bro. Like, I need to start paying somebody to do it, because, bro, like I said earlier, the longer it gets, the more difficult it will be to actually retwist your hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know when the next time I'm gonna retwist my hair, but if I do want somebody to get it done for me, I'm gonna just make sure that they know to use coconut oil, because like I said earlier, you should not be putting no chemicals in your hair. And that's really it, because of the fact that, you know, I really care about my hair. Like, I've always considered my hair to be like a plant, to be like a tree. It grows under the sun and it needs nutrients and water too. But to be honest with y'all, I think I'm gonna cut my locks off end of junior year, because I'm a junior right now in high school. So I'm gonna cut off my locks end of junior year, and just like, no, I'm not gonna cut off, like, I don't know how to describe this. Like, I'm gonna cut them off, but like, I'm just gonna cut them off to like, let's say like right here to their root, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna just freeform my whole head all the way, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to cut off my hair mainly for a few reasons, right? One, because I feel like, bro, my hair is getting old. Not in like, oh, it's turning gray, but more so as in like, you know what I'm saying? It's time for a switch up, right? and two, because the fact that we have to understand that your hair holds energy, right? And like me personally, I've always heard things about people saying how powerful your hair is, but it's also a good thing to cut it as well, to let go and release of that old energy. And the big thing that people are not even understanding is that your hair is honestly a big part of your ego, like a big part of it. And me personally, like, I have this mindset where it's like, you know, I have to love myself unconditionally. I cannot love myself because of the fact that I have locks. I have to love myself even if I'm bald. I have to love myself no matter what, because true self-love is when you love yourself unconditionally, not when you love yourself with long hair, not when you love yourself with a certain condition, but you have to love yourself unconditionally. So this is one of the main reasons as to why I want to cut off my hair end of junior year and just restart freeform all the way. And also is to let go of old energy, old memories, and to let go and rebirth a new me. Now I also want to give y'all a few tips as to what I did personally as to how I keep my hair healthy and fulfilling as the way it looks right now. So the first tip that I would recommend is try your best not to use any chemical like retwist gels for your hair, because what you have to understand is what this will do to your hair, specifically your roots, is it will cause a lot of buildup in your roots, and it will just essentially be a whole lot to try and get out, and it will not only cause things like buildup but lice as well, and just a whole bunch of unnatural things. So what I would do if I was you is replace the unhealthy synthetic chemical like retwist gels and use coconut oil instead, and I promise you it works just as well. It might even 10 times better. Second thing that I would recommend is, bro, do not be getting retwists every month, because you have to understand that is way too often. And essentially what this will do is it will literally thin out your hair so much to the point where your locks start literally falling off. So make sure to get your retwist at least every 2.5 months if possible. Like me personally, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I don't even be retwisting my hair. That's why people be calling my shit freeforms, but like you have to retwist your hair at least minimum every 2.5 months. And the third thing that I would recommend is if you have a natural organic hair conditioner, then use it. If you can find one, then use it, because of the fact that what I've started to notice and realize with my lock journey is when I wash my hair, when I wash it, shampoo it, whatever the case may be, and when I don't condition it, it essentially starts to turn white like a couple hours of later, and my parents start thinking like, oh, you're not maintaining your hair well, or oh, you know what I'm saying, like it looks bad, it looks white, as if you're not properly maintaining it. But the truth is because of the fact that I'm actually not using any conditioner, you know what I'm saying? So if you can find yourself a natural organic whole conditioner, then use it. But if you can't, then I'd recommend just sticking to shampoo. But you have to understand, when you don't condition your hair but you wash it every once a week, and because for me personally, when I wash it, I wash my hair once a week, right? And whenever I had to wash it, a couple of hours later it would start to look white, but then that whiteness would go away after I like put some coconut oil on it and just wait a couple of days later. And so I've realized that's not something to really be too concerned on, because that's just something that you need to realize you need conditioner, right? So use conditioner, and if you don't have conditioner, then just wash your hair regularly. But that's my third tip. Fourth tip that I would recommend is, this is something that everybody that has locks should understand and know, and anybody that has hair in general should know. But bro, do not wash your hair like more than once or twice a week, because what you gotta understand is when you wash your hair too frequently in a week, you're essentially washing out the natural oils that are built up within your hair, and you're washing them, and this is essentially making your hair really, really dry. So me personally, I like to have one wash day, the day that I consider the day to wash my hair. And because you have to understand, when you wash your hair more than once a week, like I said earlier, you're essentially washing out the natural oils that's built up within your hair, that's supposed to be in your hair, they're not supposed to leave. And when you do this, you're essentially making your hair really, really dry and really, really frizzy in an unnatural way. So when is the right time to wash your hair, you may ask? You honestly, bro, just wash it when you start to notice that your scalp is starting to smell a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because typically for me, I notice that my scalp starts to smell kind of like bad around Wednesday through Friday, and that's how I know it's time to wash my hair. So I'd recommend you do the same thing as well, because when your scalp starts to smell this way, it's essentially your hair saying that, bro, it's time to get washed, you know what I'm saying? But these are my personal tips on how to gain more healthy, fulfilling locks and hair. Now, these are just my personal tips. Keep in mind, if you have any other tips, any other good tips that you see that I didn't mention in this video, bro, let me know down below in the comments, you know what I'm saying? But I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm gonna end the video like that, and this King Wellness, and I'm out.